My beloved child, pause for a moment. Something quiet yet extraordinary is unfolding around you right now. Not loud, not dramatic, but powerful enough to change the way you see your own life. Before you scroll away, take a breath and listen closely. Something huge is waiting for you, and this message has found you for a reason. There are moments in life when we feel unseen, moments when the world feels busy and distant. Yet beyond everything you can see, there are loving memories, unseen encouragement, and gentle guidance that continue to surround you. Someone who once cared deeply about you, someone whose love never truly disappeared, still wishes for your happiness. And today, something about your home holds a quiet reminder of that love. Not money in the ordinary sense, not something meant to shock or frighten you, but something symbolic, something meaningful, something placed in your path so that one day you would discover it and remember who you truly are. Think carefully for a moment. Have you ever walked past a place in your home and felt a strange sense of familiarity? A corner you rarely notice, a drawer that hasn't been opened in a long time, a shelf that somehow feels important even though you can't explain why. These small places hold stories, and sometimes, hidden within ordinary spaces are reminders left behind by people who believed in you long before you believed in yourself. Stay till the end of this message, because what you're about to understand may change how you look at your surroundings forever. You see, many people search the world for signs that they matter. They look far away for proof that their life has meaning. But what if the sign has always been closer than you think? What if inside your own home there is a quiet symbol of encouragement, something waiting patiently until the exact moment you were ready to notice it? Don't skip this part, because the truth is, the most powerful messages are rarely hidden in obvious places. They appear in everyday objects, in forgotten corners, in spaces filled with memories. And tonight, or perhaps tomorrow morning, when the room is calm and your thoughts are quiet, you may suddenly feel drawn to look somewhere you normally ignore. A small box, an old book, a drawer beneath something else. Not because someone told you to search, but because something inside you will gently whisper, "Look here." That feeling isn't random. It's the quiet echo of love, reminding you that you have never truly been alone on your journey. And what you discover might not just be an object. It might be a reminder of courage, a reminder of hope, a reminder that someone believed your future would hold something extraordinary. But there is another reason this message matters. Because the hidden reminder in your home is not only about the past. It is also connected to what is about to happen in your life next. Very few people notice this connection. But the moment you understand it, everything begins to feel different. And in the next part, you'll discover why this hidden symbol was never meant to stay hidden forever. Wait, before your mind drifts away. Notice this quiet realization rising inside you, because something about your home is not random. Every room you walk through, every corner you pass, every small object resting on a shelf carries a memory, a moment, a whisper from a time that once mattered deeply. And sometimes those whispers remain hidden until the exact moment your heart is ready to hear them. Don't skip this part, because the truth behind the hidden reminder in your home is far more meaningful than you may expect. Someone who loved you believed that one day you would reach a moment like this. A moment where life would feel uncertain, where you might quietly wonder if your path still holds something special ahead. And that is exactly why the sign was left for you. Not to surprise you, but to awaken something within you. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you to understand. Imagine this for a second. Years ago, when that person thought about your future, they imagined you standing exactly where you are now. Stronger than you realize, closer to your purpose than you think. And somewhere inside your home, there is a small space connected to that belief. Not a place you check every day. In fact, it might be a place you almost forgot existed. A quiet drawer beneath something else. A box tucked away where sunlight barely reaches. A book or object that has not been touched for a long time. Strangely, these forgotten places hold the deepest memories. Because they were never meant for everyone to see. They were meant for a moment. Your moment. And here is the surprising part that very few people realize. The hidden reminder in your home is not simply about what someone left behind. It is about timing. You were not meant to notice it years ago. You were meant to notice it now, when your life is quietly preparing for a new chapter. When your thoughts are searching for direction. When your heart is beginning to understand that the story of your life is far from finished. Something extraordinary is forming ahead of you. But before that new chapter fully appears, you are being invited to reconnect with a piece of love that has been patiently waiting within your own home. Think carefully. Is there a place in your home that suddenly feels different lately? A small curiosity you cannot explain? That gentle pull is not imagination. It is awareness awakening. And in the next part, you will discover why this hidden reminder is connected to a moment that is approaching your life very soon. A moment that may change how you see your entire journey. Something inside you may already be sensing it. A quiet pull, almost like a memory trying to rise to the surface. Not a loud realization, more like a soft nudge in your thoughts that says, there is more here than you first believed. Don't skip this moment, because the reason that hidden reminder exists in your home is far deeper than a simple object resting in a forgotten place. It carries a message that was meant to reach you at a very specific point in your life. And strangely, that point is now. Think about how life moves. Years pass. Rooms change. Furniture shifts. Memories fade into the background. Yet some things remain exactly where they were placed, almost as if time itself decided to protect them. Why? Because certain reminders are not meant to be discovered too early. They wait patiently until the person they were meant for begins to step into a new phase of life. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you in this realization. The person who cared about you believed something powerful about your future. They believed that one day you would need a reminder. A quiet sign that your story was never ordinary, and that reminder was left somewhere in your home. Not hidden out of secrecy, hidden out of trust. Trust that when the right moment arrived, your awareness would guide you back to it. Maybe it's a small envelope tucked between pages of an old book. Maybe it's inside a box of memories placed on a shelf you rarely look at. Or maybe it rests beneath something simple, something that has been part of your home for years without drawing attention. What matters is not the object itself. What matters is the feeling it carries. Because when you finally notice it, when your hands touch it or your eyes recognize it, something inside you will shift. A quiet understanding will appear. you will realize that love leaves traces behind. And those traces have the power to awaken hope in moments when we need it most. But there is another detail almost no one talks about. The hidden reminder is not only about remembering the past. It is about preparing your heart for what is about to enter your life next. Connection, an opportunity, a moment that will feel strangely familiar, as if your path has been quietly guiding you toward it for a long time. And when that moment arrives, you may suddenly remember this message. You may remember the small place in your home that felt different. And you will understand that the reminder was never just an object. It was a signal that your journey is moving towards something meaningful. But in the next part, you will discover the surprising reason why this reminder remained unnoticed for so long, and why the timing of its discovery may be more important than you ever imagined. Right now, somewhere in the quiet spaces of your home, a forgotten detail is patiently waiting for your attention. Not loudly, not urgently, just quietly, as if it already knows the moment of discovery is getting closer. Take a second and let this thought settle in. What if the reason you haven't noticed it until now is not because it was hidden too well, but because your life had not yet reached the moment when it would truly matter? Don't skip this, because the timing behind this hidden reminder is more powerful than you realize. Years ago, when that person who cared about you thought about your future, they didn't imagine a single moment. They imagined a journey. They knew life would bring confusion sometimes, moments of doubt, moments where you might quietly wonder if the path ahead still holds something special, and that is exactly why something meaningful was left behind in your space. Not to be discovered immediately, but to wait until the day when your heart would be searching for reassurance, when your mind would begin asking deeper questions about where your life is heading. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you in this realization. The hidden reminder in your home carries a silent message. You were always meant to move forward, even when you felt uncertain, even when progress seemed slow, even when it felt like no one noticed your effort. Someone believed in the person you were becoming, and that belief still lives quietly within your home. Think carefully for a moment. Is there a place you rarely open anymore? A drawer filled with memories you once kept safe? A shelf holding objects that remind you of another time in your life? Often, the most meaningful reminders rest in the simplest places, because the real purpose was never the object itself. The purpose was the moment you would rediscover it. The moment when you realize that your story has been unfolding in ways you couldn't fully see before. And here is the surprising part that makes this discovery so powerful. When you finally notice that hidden reminder, it may feel like more than coincidence. It may feel like your life is quietly aligning, like different pieces of your journey are beginning to connect. That feeling matters, because sometimes a small discovery becomes the spark that changes how you see everything. Something you overlooked yesterday suddenly feels meaningful today. Something ordinary suddenly feels like a sign of encouragement. And that shift in perspective opens the door for something new. But there is still one detail about this hidden reminder that almost no one realizes. A detail that explains why it remained exactly where it is, untouched, for so long. And when you hear it, you may begin looking at your home very differently. There is a moment in every life when something ordinary suddenly feels extraordinary. Not because the object changed, but because your understanding finally did. and that moment may be closer than you think. Right now, the quiet spaces of your home are holding more than furniture and memories. They are holding echoes of care, small reminders placed in your path long ago by someone who believed your life would grow into something meaningful. Don't skip this part, because the truth behind that hidden reminder is beginning to reveal itself. When someone cares deeply about another person, they don't only think about the present. They think about the future moments that person might face. Moments when encouragement will be needed. Moments when hope will feel distant. Moments when a simple reminder could light a spark again. So sometimes, without making a big announcement, they leave behind something small, something simple, token, a note, a folded memory resting somewhere safe, not to be discovered immediately, but to remain quietly within the walls of the home, waiting for the day when the right eyes finally notice it again. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you in this realization. Imagine the care behind that action. Someone once stood inside your home, thinking about your future, hoping that one day you would walk into a moment where that reminder would find you. And now your life is slowly moving toward that moment. You may not realize it yet, but subtle shifts are already happening. Your thoughts are becoming deeper. Your awareness is growing. You are starting to notice things that once felt invisible. And that is exactly when hidden reminders begin to reveal themselves. Not through force, through recognition, through the quiet feeling that says, "There is something here you should look at again." Maybe it is an old container in the corner of a room. Maybe it is tucked between objects that once held meaning in your life. Or maybe it is something you have walked past hundreds of times without realizing the quiet story it carries. But when you finally see it clearly, something remarkable may happen. A wave of understanding will rise inside you. You will realize that your life has been surrounded by small signs of care all along. And the hidden reminder in your home was never meant to stay forgotten forever. It was waiting for a turning point, a moment where you would begin seeing your journey differently, where you would understand that every step you took brought you closer to something meaningful. But in the next part, you will discover the most surprising truth of all. The hidden reminder in your home may not only connect to the past. It may also be quietly pointing toward something new that is about to enter your life. For a brief second, imagine walking through your home tonight and suddenly feeling that a familiar place is calling your attention. Not loudly, just a quiet curiosity that makes you pause. That feeling is where the story begins to deepen, because the hidden reminder resting somewhere in your home was never meant to be just a memory of the past. It was meant to become a moment of awakening in your present. Don't skip this part. The person who once cared deeply about you understood something most people overlook. They understood that the future is shaped not only by big events, but by small realizations. Sometimes a single discovery can shift the direction of your thoughts. A simple object, a folded note, a forgotten envelope, and suddenly your heart remembers something important. You were always meant to keep moving forward. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you inside this understanding. The truth is, when someone leaves a quiet reminder behind, they are not trying to control the future. They are simply leaving encouragement for a day they may never see themselves. They believe that one day you will walk into a moment where you need that reminder. And when you find it, the message becomes clear. You were never forgotten. Your journey was never meaningless. Your path has always been leading somewhere. Think about the rooms in your home again. Which place holds the most memories? Perhaps a drawer where small keepsakes were once placed carefully. Perhaps a shelf that still carries objects from years ago. Perhaps a box that was closed gently and left untouched. These quiet places often hold the most powerful reminders because they preserve the emotions of another time. And when you rediscover something inside them, it can feel like time itself paused just long enough for you to catch up with it. But here is the surprising realization that connects everything. The hidden reminder in your home is not only about remembering who cared for you. It is about reminding you who you are becoming. Because the moment you rediscover it, something inside you will shift. A quiet confidence may rise. You may begin to feel that your life is approaching a meaningful turning point. Something new, something hopeful, something that feels like the next chapter has been quietly preparing itself. And when that realization arrives, you will understand why the reminder waited patiently in your home for so long. But in the next part, you will uncover an even deeper truth. One that explains why the place where this reminder rests may hold a message meant only for you. Close your eyes for just a moment and picture the quietest corner of your home. Not the place where everyone gathers, not the place you walk through every day, but that calm, almost forgotten spot where time seems to move more slowly. Because that is where the next realization begins. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you in the understanding that is about to unfold. The hidden reminder resting somewhere in your home carries more than memory. Carries intention. Someone who cared about you once stood inside those walls and thought about your future. They looked around the rooms you now move through every day and imagined the life that would continue there. And in that quiet moment, they chose a place. Not randomly, but carefully. A place they believed would remain safe. A place they believed would stay undisturbed. A place they believed you would one day notice again. Think about that. Out of every corner, every drawer, every shelf, one place was chosen, because it felt right. Stay till the end, because something extraordinary is beginning to connect. Often the chosen place holds a meaning only you can understand. It might be near something that once made you smile, a book you loved, a memory box you once filled with small treasures. A shelf that quietly watched over years of your life. And that is the surprising part. The reminder was never meant for strangers. It was meant for you. Only you would recognize the feeling when you saw it again. Only you would understand why that specific place mattered. And when your eyes finally return to that space, something inside you may pause. Not because the object is large or dramatic, but because the moment feels strangely familiar, like a quiet message reaching across time. That is when the meaning becomes clear. Love has a way of leaving gentle traces behind. Not to hold you in the past, but to guide your heart forward when the next chapter is ready to begin. And here is the truth very few people realize. The moment you rediscover that reminder may happen right before something new enters your life. Connection you didn't expect. An opportunity you didn't see coming. A moment that suddenly makes your journey feel purposeful. It will feel as if the past and the future briefly meet in the same place. Inside your home. But the next part reveals something even more surprising. Because the hidden reminder may not only show you where to look in your home, it may reveal why this exact moment in your life was chosen for you to finally see it.